a System 80 board with significant corrosion that stretched all the way from here all the way down to here. And so all those parts in there were scraped and replaced as necessary. And I used a modern reset generator instead of all the parts in this section. And so I have it working with Ed's tester, and next I'll put it in a game, but I wanted to show Ed's tester. This is the wanted Quick Scan 80 test fixture, and it's no longer available, but I hear Ed's working on a replacement. So when you flip it on, the 4, 5, 6 that you see there, and then 1, and then it triggers the IRQ test. But this means that 1, the RAM is good, and 4, 5, and 6 means that each of the 6532s are good. So once you get a board to this point, you can pretty much guarantee that it's going to be working in a game. If it doesn't work in a game at this point, then this is an 80B board, but in an 80 and an 80A, you can suspect the U2 and U3 ROMs that would be right here, because Ed's board doesn't use the U2 and U3 ROMs. So I've installed the System 80B MPU into my RoboWar. This is the best way to test to see if it's driving all of the lamps, and it is. And it's cycling through the high score to dates. UAX is just one I put in there just now. Excuse me. And everything looks like it's good to go, but let's put it into test. I want to skip through to lamp test. This really doesn't tell us much since we've already done that. And then solenoid. So you could hear all of those. Now here's where I wanted to check is switch matrix. And I have my homemade tester set up and attached to the game right now. So I'm going to go through all of column 1. Sorry about that glare. My phone light is on uncharacteristically for this test. I'm not going to do row 7 yet, because that is where the test button is, so I can guarantee that that's working. So you can see I've gone through all of column 1 and row 1. Here's a switch in column 7, and here's one in row 7. So that's all working properly. The dip switch settings in hexadecimal, E30303C2. And if you can read hexadecimal, then you can see that those are correct. And display test. That is the extent of Gottlieb 80B display test. And it'll test the ROM checksums, and that is correct for RoboWar. And we're back to the beginning. So I'm going to play some RoboWar, and I think this MPU board, after all this corrosion abatement, installation of the Great Plains Electronics re-engineered and much more reliable U2, U3 card, and VRAM, new filter cap, new dip switches, slam switch mod right there, that's the loop of wire, and I added a ground stud wherein I will provide a single pin Molex connector that should be screwed in underneath one of these ground studs with a yellow strap. Thank you so much.